Hi everyone, and welcome back to the March Madness giveaway. And this is my final giveaway for March, so I thought I'd get it posted so that you all had a chance to leave a comment under each and every one of the 4 March Madness giveaways, plus the 2 bonus ones, so that you could have a chance to be eligible for the grand prize, which I'm going to show you at the end of this video. But just before I show you what the last giveaway is, I just wanted to take a quick minute and answer a couple of questions that people had posted under these videos. It's when you're having a contest, it's kind of hard to respond to the questions in the reply section because it interferes with the count if you're going to use random.org or any system like that for choosing your winner. So I thought I'd just answer them quickly this way. So I'm sorry I don't know who posted these questions, but I will answer them anyway. So one of you asked me how you prepare large game cards like these, and how do they turn into an art journal. So these big ones you can find at a dollar store or oftentimes at a thrift store. And you can use regular size playing cards as well, but they don't give you much surface to create on. And I know I need a bigger surface. So what I do is I spend a day, like a Sunday, just prepping them, just by painting the background with any acrylic paint you want, and it doesn't have to be a complete coverage. You can see there, you can still see the ace there, and some of these stuck together and some of the paper's still on there, but that's okay because that adds to the texture. So I just laid them all out, painted all 52, let them dry, flipped them over, painted them all, and then I stored them all together. And then when they were ready to go, I was following at the time, let me just think, oh, it'll come to me. I'll put it in the down bar what her name was. I don't know why it's slipping my mind right now. Anyway, and so some of the questions would be, this one was something that you're very proud of. So on the back I just drew lines for the journaling, put the date, this was 2007, and then I created on the front, this is all stamping and stuff, what I was proud of, and so on and so forth. For 52 weeks you're decorating these greeting cards, and then when they're all together, obviously it's very, very, very bulky. Like this is, take those out, this is 52 in this box here. But is it ever neat to come back and have a look at what you did? That would be 5 years ago now. And read your journaling, and very, very pretty. So, oh well, this one's not so pretty. Yikes. Wow, look at my hair. This one was, this is me, the worst bad head I've ever seen. So it must have been a question about bad head. So yeah, so that was that one. So they give you reflection, laughs, just something to look back on. This one I used an overlay. So yeah, so that's how I use these cards here into an art journal. So there's a whole other set in there, and I just happen to have this box. A teapot came in it, and it's really hard, so I used some chipboard letters and just wrote art journal cards and store them in this. So that was one question. Another question I had was, how do I make my homemade glimmer mist? So I've got some here. You can see in the bottom a little bit of the powder, but I could add to it just to quickly show you. This is how easy this is. Okay, so I take a little bit of re-inker. Most of the times I use Stampin' Up. This is Baja Breeze. So just take a couple of drops, add it to the container. I found these containers in Michael's, and you can get 2 sizes, I believe. Then you add a little bit of spritz of hairspray, and this is just some Daisy Fuentes hairspray from the dollar store, and I always kind of like protect. There, I did a couple of spritzes in there. Then I have some iridescent powder here. I've got it in bulk, and I got it from a friend of mine who did a lot of crafts, so I honestly have quite a bit. But you can find this powder at Michael's too. And I like to use the gold mostly. So you can see there's just a little bit left in there, but there's still lots in this blue bottle. So I just take a tiny little spoon and just put about a teaspoon of this size into the bottom of this bottle, but obviously there isn't much left. And then just fill it up with water. The hairspray smells so nice. Like so. And then I just simply tighten the lid, shake it up a little bit. I'll grab some scrap paper here out of the trash. And just like that, you've got Baja Breeze Glimmer Mist. And you can make it as intense or as strong or as weak as you want it to be. So that's how you make homemade glimmer mist. So the next thing, someone asked me if I could show how I do my buttons when I do multiple buttons at a time to put twine through. So I showed you on one of the March Madness giveaways how I made my own baker's twine. So I got these really cool buttons from Christina, Cabot's Tube User, here on YouTube. And I leave my thread, I'm using twine in this case, attached. So I take quite a long piece, because I'm not sure how, I might do 20 buttons at a time. It's a perfect project to do watching TV. I start from the top here, go down here, then I come back up right beside the buttonhole, right beside it. Well, I will do one with 4 so you guys can see. So see how quickly you can do your buttons. I mean, this one only has 2, so that's super easy. And I leave a little bit of space in between for trimming. And you just do up all your buttons like this. Like a lot of these projects, like making my glimmer mist, threading my buttons, all that kind of stuff, I kind of just look on that as just sort of checking in with my inventory and getting things all set up so that I don't have to be interrupted in the middle of a project. So I'll sometimes just sit in my craft room, put a movie on Netflix, and just get all this kind of stuff done. It's kind of fun. So I've got enough thread here, so I'll take one of those yellow buttons and I will show you how I do one that has 4 holes in it. And if you'll notice, I still have my button packaging. I love this. It is vintage. These were only 50 cents. So I'm going to put this in my ephemera stuff and use it for another project. So I will just take off one of the yellow buttons here with my scissors. Just cut the threads. And I'll show you how I do a 4-holed button. So I start going from the top in, and then I come the hole right up beside it, not diagonal, but the one that is right beside. Then I go down in the diagonal to it now, and then I come up the last hole that's there, which will be the diagonal to the first one, and now I have my button ready for my project. There. So I can just let that off. So I've got, just like that, I did 5 buttons. So that was the answer to that question. And then I will just store these like this, all together, ready to go for another project. So now, for our giveaway for today, the buttons is the perfect segue right into our giveaway. So what I'm going to do is make, using some E6000 and some buttons and some ring forms. Now, I showed you these ring forms before. I had them and I made some paper flowers and then glued them on and made the cutest rings. But I saw this idea on Pinterest, so I thought I would give it a try and see if that works. You know, it's really important when you're using E6000 to open a window for really good ventilation, because whoops, that was a little close. It is kind of strong. I have a bit of a cold right now, in case you thought I was just talking in this wonderfully sexy voice. I'm not. It's just my cold. And I'm just joking. I know it's not sexy. So anyway, what you're supposed to do first is build a button tower. So I found these cute buttons. So this one's a little rose one, you know, those resin roses, not really a button. This little flower one, this yellow one, and this cool button. It's plastic, but I love it. Don't know where I got it. It's really old, but I love it. So you start using your E6000, put a little bit of glue down, and then you go according to size, of course, and adhere your first button on. And then, of course, you're going to have to let this all dry. That's a downside of using these glues that work so well. They take forever to dry. So I'll pop the flower one on top, like so. So we've got that. So the very last button is my little resin rose. So I will glue that on top, like so. And then, last but not least, I'm going to glue it on my ring. Look at that. Is that not cool? I'm going to try it on without wrecking the buttons too much, because obviously they are not dry. But look at that cool ring. I mean, come on. Cute or what? And it cost me $0, except for maybe, if I break down the amount for these things, maybe a penny a ring, and some buttons I had, and glue I already had. So, let me flip this off carefully, because it is not dry, and it's going to take a few hours to dry. So I'll just carefully place it over here to dry. And then what I'm going to show you too is that you can also use flowers on these, like I mentioned before. Like these SA Crafter cheesecloth flowers I made. That would make a really cute ring. So what I'm going to include for the giveaway is 2 ring forms, like so. Enough buttons. I tried to find another button like that other one, and this was the closest I could find. So I've got that, and this pink resin there. So it's similar, but not quite the same, but unless you have the two together, you won't be able to tell the difference. So I'm going to throw those in so you can make your own ring, or you might want to switch up some of those buttons. And I'm also going to throw in one of these flowers I made so you can make another one. So that's the last giveaway for this month. This has been so much fun doing this for you guys, this March Madness giveaway. So let me show you everything that is in the grand prize in case you forgot. So we've got our ring and button stuff for today. This is in no particular order. We've got all of the twines, 4 different colors of twine here. So we got that. We have this trim, and I'm not sure how much there is, but there's a fair amount of trim. And we've got these pearls, a whole big package of pearls. I decided to add some more trim because I had quite a bit, so I've got this really neat green rope braided trim, so there's probably 1.5 meters of that, which would look really neat at the end of a card or tags or something. There's quite a bit of that as well. And also this trim too. This one's really fun. It's more like tassel trim, but this stuff looks great on tags. See the little tassels? So you could use one tassel or the whole lot. So there's about 1 yard of that. Then we have all the stuff here for your perpetual. Well, in here I've got your Making Memories Vintage Groove set to make your necklace. And then all the fixins to make the Perpetual Calendar. There's the knob there. Here is the ribbon. I forgot to put it inside. And all the numbers are here. And the Cricut letters, It's Your Day. So that's all here in this bag. The letters are in there. And then, of course, the board with the chain and the hole drilled in it. And then the little mini card set tied with the twine, the 4 cards and 4 envelopes. And then I was lucky enough to find another dollar store that had tons of this canvas paper. So I'm going to give you a whole pack. It's 8.5 by 11 and there's 4 sheets. So that is our grand prize giveaway. So please remember to please leave a comment at this video, at all of the other March Madness ones, including the bonus videos, so that you can have an opportunity to win. So I will I will close this on the 31st, and if I'm up late on the 31st, I will do the draw then, but for sure the winner will be posted on April Fool's Day. And so good luck to everyone. Thank you so much for watching and for leaving all your comments and questions. And we'll see you all on April 1st. Bye-bye now.